In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the entire tower defense event in Pet Simulator 99. So yeah, boys, recently inside of the game, the developers of Pet Sim 99 released this tower defense event, which has some pretty insane rewards, not gonna lie, but also a lot of people I've seen have been struggling on this event as well. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can complete the entire event and see what rewards lie at the very end. Also, make sure you guys continue watching the video because I'm going to be giving away a couple of these tower defense huge pets as well. This part of the video is sponsored by U7 Buy. U7 Buy allows you to get great deals on gems and a wide range of diverse items to help you succeed and dominate Pet Simulator 99. Also use code Vortex for an exclusive 3% off on your order. Check out U7 Buy in the description down below, and now let's get right back into the video. Alright, so before we get into actually playing through the waves and different modes, I'm going to show you my layout that I've been using that's been pretty effective. And if you don't have the units that I'm about to list off that I'm going to be using for the starter units, fear not, because I'll mention some alternatives for a couple of these units as well that have similar abilities but are just a little bit worse. So yeah, starting off, obviously we have the TNT capybara. This is like probably one of the best units in the game just because of how cheap it is. It's only 500 coins, as you can see. I have heard though that apparently in some servers, apparently it costs 5,000 for this TNT capybara. And yeah, if you own the TNT capybara and your price for it is 5,000, just try and hop to a different server, and hopefully if you keep joining, it will end up being 500, because I'm pretty sure all you have to do is just hop to an older server. I don't know why they changed the price to 5,000 though, because if they want to keep it at 5,000, it's literally extremely unbalanced. So yeah, they actually went ahead and priced it at 5,000, and if you see it at 5,000, I probably wouldn't even recommend using it because it's way too expensive. But if you can be using it at 500, it's gonna be pretty useful. And if you don't have the TNT capybara, another good alternative is the demolition panda, because this thing does pretty much the same thing. It just has a little bit of a smaller explosion and isn't really as good, but still pretty decent. And then the second unit that I'm going to be using is this blurred owl right here, and this one's actually a pretty good unit, and it's also pretty easy to acquire. I know it shows as 31 million, but it honestly is not that bad to get. If we actually open up my tower or my units, I actually have another one that I actually hatched somehow. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this away to one of you guys in the comments down below, along with the couple futures I'm gonna be giving away later in the video too. So if you want this thing, also just comment down your Roblox username, and yeah, I guess I'll send this over to one random person. But yeah, the blurred owl is really good because it actually slows down the pets that it shoots at, and it actually makes it a lot more effective to actually use it. But it is, the downside is it is very expensive, but it is pretty OP, I'm not gonna lie. And if you don't have the blurred owl, the next best thing I'd probably recommend the abyssal turtle, because as you can see what it does, it just stuns enemies nearby whenever it attacks. That's pretty nice. And if you aren't able to get the abyssal turtle, I recommend the frostbite griffin, because this thing is also pretty good too. Even though it doesn't show that good of stats, it's pretty effective because it actually slows down the units pretty effectively. And yeah, those are pretty much the only units you're gonna need. Actually, never mind, there is one last one, which is the arcade amiibo in a spaceship. This thing actually is pretty expensive, but it's not as expensive compared to the TNT capybara. And in my opinion, this thing is honestly better than the TNT capybara right now, because it actually does so much damage. You guys will see soon when I start playing the rounds. But yeah, it pretty much just attacks extremely fast, and it does a ton of damage, so it is really strong. I definitely recommend to get this unit if you can. It is only 80 million gems too, so it's really not that expensive. It is a little bit, but not as much compared to some of these other units down here that are in like the billions. But yeah, if you aren't able to get the arcade amiibo in a spaceship, I think the next best choice would probably be the arcade angelus. However, it is a lot more, or at least a lot cheaper in diamonds, but it is a lot more expensive to actually place down, which is really unfortunate. So you don't even really want to try and get this. I probably wouldn't recommend it even if you have the ability to get it, just because I think the cost for it doesn't even make it worth it. But it does pretty much the same thing the arcade amiibo in a spaceship does. It's just a little bit less effective. And yeah, on top of that, also I'm using the Poseidon axolotl, but it doesn't really even do that much. And honestly, I wouldn't even recommend using this unit. It's not even really that good compared to these other three that I'm going to be using. So yeah, I'm just going to be using these first 3 slots for pretty much the entire rounds, and we'll see how far we can get. Hopefully we can do pretty good. Just by using these 3 units, I have been able to already get this far. As you can see, if we actually check on my progress, I am already on the final world, but I have not even played or completed any levels inside of it. So we still have to run through this entire map first, which we're going to be doing in this video, and we're going to hopefully be making it all the way to the very end, and even maybe testing out the infinite mode on this map too. That'll be pretty cool. Also, on this very last map, instead for the huge chance, actually in every other map it's a 0.1%, and the last map is the only map where it's a 0.2. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This also isn't not enabling the hard mode or hardcore mode. If we had that enabled, it's actually a 1%, which is insane. But obviously, I'm sure that to even get there is pretty difficult. Like even for the happy castle mode, the chance for the huge is 0.25%, that which is pretty good. But the other things you do receive in the mode are kind of bad. Not gonna lie, like the unit XP boosts are pretty bad, so I'm not really gonna be farming in it. But yeah, let's see if we can hopefully complete the entire regular game mode. Let's go and start with the level 1 and also see what this map looks like. This is the techno circuit, And yeah, I've never played this map before, and here we are. Okay, it's pretty cool, although I need to figure out where the enemies are going to even be coming from. Or okay, I guess they just come out of all 3 of these portals, bro, and they have to just reach this end. So this is actually a really difficult map. I did not think it was going to be this tiny. And I guess we literally have to place down units for every single one of these paths. That's actually a really difficult map, or this is a really difficult map, I mean. So hopefully we're actually able to actually complete it, and if we can't, that is going to be pretty unfortunate. I think what I'm going to have to do is just spam these arcade amiibos in every single one of these 3 lanes that we have, and then hopefully that gives me the best chance at success, because this amiibo is not going to lie, it's a pretty hard carry right now, or at least for the last map it was. Let's go ahead and get this first one down here. Alright, and there we go. There is the first one. Hopefully that cooks in that lane for us. We need to get it down in every lane though. And yeah, there is the second one placed. We just need this last one, and then we hopefully will be a little bit in a better position. There we go. So yeah, now I think I'm just going to get more of these placed down in each of these lanes, and then we'll start upgrading them from there. And it seems like I'm starting to earn a lot more coins from playing these modes. I'm not sure if maybe they fixed it recently where you get a lot more coins or what, but yeah, not gonna lie, I'm getting a ton right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just get 3 arcade amiibos in every single area, and then we'll go ahead and start upgrading these slowly. Alright, we got our first maxed out amiibo. There we go. I think we're honestly doing pretty good so far. We're already on wave 11 or 12, and we're facing pretty much no resistance so far, so I think we should have this first level in the bag. Alright, and just like so, level 1 has been completed. I also have a good amount of rubies, as you can see on the left as well, that I'm going to be spending once I complete all these areas, and we'll see if we can maybe get another rare unit. That would be pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Level 2 completed, and we actually just got 900 rubies from completing that one level, which is pretty good. And this is only level 2, by the way. I'm sure once we get to the further levels, we'll probably get a lot more. I'm super curious to see what level 6 is going to give us. That will probably be insane. We're definitely going to find that out, hopefully, if we can end up beating this. And I think we have a chance, because so far we're doing alright. But yeah, we just need to keep on moving and hopefully not end up losing. Alright, there we go. Another 900 rubies, and level 3 has been completed. That was really fast too, probably the fastest one out of all the levels. There we go. Alright, on to level 4. Here we go, boys. Alright, there we go, boys. Also super quick. That was only 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Alright, level 5. Here we go. But yeah, this is actually so easy right now, boys. I'm not even facing like any resistance, and pretty much what happens is by the time I get these amiibos maxed upgraded, they're pretty much the level is over basically. And yeah, we're just moving so fast. We're already on wave 11. This is crazy. Alright, there we go. We now have all of the amiibos maxed out, and we're back on to wave 14, or should be done in like not even a minute. Alright, and there we go. That was pretty easy. And alright, boys, we are now on to the final level, level 6. This is literally the final level in like the entire missions board, or just anything else to do here besides obviously the hardcore mode. But yeah, this is literally the final level in the entire campaign, and we get 1.45 thousand rubies. That is insane. I definitely need to complete this and open up all these rubies and see if I can get something rare. That would be pretty nice. So yeah, let's see if we can hopefully do just that. Alright, boys, this is going just like the last previous rounds. This should be pretty much in the bag any second now. We're already on wave 13 out of 15. Alright, boys, here we are, the final wave in the entire game. They're spamming so many chests right now, but I think we got this. And there we go. We completed the entire campaign. That is insane. So before I spend all of my rubies, I'm gonna go and actually run one infinite mode. I said I was going to early in the video, and we're gonna go and be by our word, and we're gonna do just that. So let's see how far we can actually get on this infinite mode. I'm pretty curious to see, because I haven't really been haven't really pushed it too much. So yeah, here we are in our only infinite run. This is gonna be the only attempt we're gonna do, but we'll see how far we can get. I feel like I'm getting so much more cash in this infinite mode. I don't know if it's me or what, but it just seems like I'm getting a ton of cash right now. We're somehow already at 1 million cash, bro. How are we getting cash literally so fast? This is insane. I'm getting more cash than I can even spend. Alright, well, we have all 10 amiibos, we have all 10 of the blurred owls, and all 10 of the TNT capybaras placed down. So now we're gonna see how hard we can get this. And my game is legit lagging so much, bro, because of all these units. This is actually insane. Let me place down some of these Poseidon axolotls, I guess, because this is the only unit that we can place down now. So yeah, there we go. We'll just place everything around this like middle tower, which is where the breakables are trying to get to, and we'll just max everything out. And yeah, there we go. I literally have every single thing maxed out, and literally 1 million coins. I can't buy anything else. This is insane. So I guess we'll just see how far we can actually push these waves, and maybe we can get something rare, like a huge or Titanic on the right. That would be nice, but I can't be too beggy, because my luck has tended to be pretty bad in pretty much the last like few months or so. I haven't really gotten anything rare, but maybe that can change today. Who knows? We're about to push this infinite mode, and let's see how high we can get, boys. Alright, boys, we actually ended up just losing on wave 30 somehow. We actually got destroyed. It got so much harder out of nowhere, but at least we got to wave 30. Not terrible. And we got 3 of these unit XP token 3s. That is pretty insane. I'm gonna go ahead and apply like 5 of these on this amiibo and get this thing pretty OP. There we go. 76. That is definitely a lot better than what I was just using it at, so there we go. And also, you know what? I'm gonna go and just use the last 5 on it too. I think this is probably the most broken unit that I found, and for the price too. Definitely I recommend you guys try and get this arcade amiibo. It's pretty cheap and insanely broken. broken. And there we go, level 79. We almost got to level 80. That's pretty nice. And yeah, now that we have done that, all we have left to do now is spend our 14,000 rubies we have saved up, and maybe we can get somewhere on the leaderboard. That would be pretty cool. We're gonna need a lot of points though if we want to get on here, so maybe we're gonna have to get pretty lucky if we want something good. And yeah, I'm also making sure all my pets auto fuse into the arcade amiibo, so there we go. And now let's go ahead and start spamming these open. All right, boys, we are back, and unfortunately I spent all of my rubies and we did not hatch a single new mythic pet, so we're not going to be getting any points towards the competition, which is really unfortunate. We got a couple legendaries though. We got like a forged armadillo, a rich corgi, an electric eel, so I mean, I guess that wasn't completely worthless, but we didn't really get anything too rare. And yeah, I know for a fact that I'm definitely not going to be on this board because I did not get any luck from any of those hatches. And yeah, finally, my last recommendation I have for you guys is to make sure once you do complete, if you do end up completing the entire game in the regular mode, definitely grind in hardcore, because your chances of getting these huge pets and just better items are way higher. Like, if you actually just take a look at the infinite mode on hardcore, you literally have a double chance for the huge and titanic, so it's definitely more worth it to grind the infinite mode on hardcore because you have way higher chances. However, if you're trying to get XP tokens, it's actually pretty worth it to grind the infinite mode, just the regular infinite mode on the last world, which is somewhat helpful. I got 3 XP tokens you guys saw earlier, so yeah, it's still better than nothing, and you definitely get a decent amount. And yeah, but before I do end off the video, I mentioned I was going to be doing a giveaway for a couple of huge pets, and I'm going to be giving away both of these huge frostbite griffins. I actually went ahead and hatched both of these. I got pretty lucky opening them. I actually got them from the Matrix tower defense gift, or sorry, the magma tower defense gift. This is where I actually got the huge pets from, but I actually was opening up both of these gifts actually yesterday, and I found out that the Matrix tower defense gift is actually a lot better than the magma tower defense gift, because one, the Matrix gift actually gives you a way higher chances at giving you better XP tokens. And yes, you heard me right, these gifts actually do drop the unit XP tokens. Like, it is literally these tokens right here is literally dropped from the gifts. And yeah, these unit tokens are untradeable, by the way, so it's really worth it to actually open up the gifts to try and get these, because if you can get these, you are not even able to trade them. You have to use them. However, you don't really get a ton of boosts. It's definitely not too bad, but you don't want to, if you have a ton of gems, I probably wouldn't recommend wasting them. You're definitely going to get way more of the unit XP tokens from grinding this last world. Also, I thought that when you were in hardcore mode, I thought you had to actually complete all these other levels, but I guess even though for some reason I turned on hardcore mode, it just literally shows I can just replay any of these previous levels. I did not know that was a thing. And yeah, I could legit just keep running this the level 1 right here for this huge frostbite griffin. Let me just play this one time before I end off the video, because I'm actually pretty curious if this is even 1 possible, and 2 if it's actually worth it. Yeah, boys, not gonna lie, this arcade amiibo is legit just the biggest carry ever for this tower defense mode. It just literally does so much damage. It's so broken. Alright, boys, this should pretty much be a wrap. I have like literally all these amiibos maxed out, and we're literally instantly breaking all these breakables, so not even barely even making out of the portal, bro. This is so OP, and there we go. So yeah, unfortunately we only got 1 unit XP token. I guess you just have a chance to get from 1 to 3. I don't know why it mentions 3x even though you don't get 3. They should probably specify that, but the 1% chance for the huge is definitely pretty worth it. I would definitely recommend grinding the hardcore mode. It's actually pretty insane. And yeah, boys, that pretty much is everything for the video. Make sure you guys head over to the Discord server if you guys want. Link of that will be in the description. Make sure you guys also check out my Roblox UGC as well. This vortex or my shoulder is a pretty cool item. I really appreciate if you guys would buy it, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well, because we're on the road to 100k subs. I very appreciate if you guys subscribe. And yeah, thank you boys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.